In a small coastal town, where the gray sea met a slate sky, the air tasted of salt and sorrow. For Emily, a struggling single mother, each day felt like the relentless battering of winter's chill, tightening its grip with every passing hour. Her two children, Lucy and Max, were bright spots in her otherwise dim world, but even their laughter sometimes felt distant, echoing in the icy silence of their old home. Emily had been betrayed by a love she thought was unwavering, leaving her to navigate the treacherous waters of survival alone. As the winter months grew darker, she found herself confronting not only the cold outside, but the encroaching shadows within. Bills piled high, and each ring of the phone heightened her anxiety. The bitterness of betrayal festered in her heart. The whispered promises of forever turned to dust in the harsh light of reality. Every night, she tucked her children in and crept to the living room, where the flicker of candlelight cast long shadows, a stark reminder of their fading hopes. One evening, as the storm howled outside, an old diary fell from a dusty shelf in the corner. It was leather-bound, its cover cracked and worn. With apprehension, she opened it, revealing the tender thoughts of a woman named Margaret, who had lived in the town decades before. Page after page unraveled stories of heartbreak, loss, and the struggles of a single mother trying to raise a son amidst a tempest of societal judgment and personal grief. As Emily read the entries, she found pieces of her own life reflected in the ink: the loneliness, the fierce determination to protect her children, the moments when hope appeared just out of reach. Margaret wrote of a winter much like her own, a time when the town was cloaked in darkness and the people felt as though their spirits would wither into the frost. Yet amidst the struggle, there was a light that flickered in Margaret's words, a reminder that winter does not last forever, and that warmth would return. The entries ignited a fire in Emily's heart, urging her to break free from the frozen chains of her despair. Inspired, she began a routine, waking up with the dawn to journal herself, pouring out the anguish and the love she had for her children. The act of writing became a lifeline. Each word watered the parched soil of her spirit and allowed a new identity to bloom. She began to dream of a brighter future, one where betrayal could no longer hold dominion over her heart. As the power outage stretched into weeks, the cold grew sharper, yet Emily found comfort in the warmth of her children's laughter. They bundled in blankets next to her, telling stories under the dim candlelight, creating a world of their own, where sadness transformed into laughter. She recalled Margaret's final entries, where the author spoke of a community rallying together, sharing fires and meals, fostering connection where loneliness once dwelled. Encouraged, Emily reached out to her neighbors. They learned that the storm had brought not only darkness, but also a renewed spirit of togetherness. Nights turned into gatherings around shared fires, with people exchanging recipes and laughter that melted away the ice of isolation. Each encounter pieced together the fragile shards of her broken heart, reminding her she was never truly alone. Finally, as spring approached and the last remnants of winter's grip faded, Emily stood on the shore, watching the sunrise shimmer on the waves, a golden promise of renewal. In her hands, she clutched the diary, now a symbol of her journey. No longer just a record of someone else's pain, it was a testament to her survival, her resilience against the odds. The betrayal that had once defined her life was no longer visible in her reflection. It had shaped her, yes, but here she stood, a single mother with a heart full of hope. The darkness of winter had morphed into the light of spring, and among the blossoms, she had discovered a new beginning, not just for herself, but for Lucy and Max too. Love had not abandoned her. It had simply transformed into something more profound, something enduring. Thus, Emily set forth, not just to survive the seasons, but to embrace every moment fully, knowing that even after the coldest winter, warmth and light would always return.